Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
I feel like the big question heading in this week is, are you team green or team black? Definitely let me know in the comments down below which one you guys are siding with and your reasoning why. But what's up, guys? Street Justice here. Welcome back to my channel. We're back for the reaction to House of the Dragon, the season 1, episode 8, The Lord of the Tides. And last week's episode was absolutely insane, man. Probably the best episode of the season so far. And I feel like I've said that on 4 or 5 different occasions, but after editing the last one, it definitely was. It was freaking incredible. Not only did they make the characters choose sides, they also made the fans choose sides as well. My comment section was blowing up. It was freaking crazy and great to see. It hasn't been that active since maybe Game of Thrones or near the end of my watch of Game of Thrones, but yeah, I'm not sure exactly where I side just yet. I kind of made some comments that made people think that I was kind of siding with Allison. I'm not fully on board with her. I definitely like characters from both sides, but yeah, we still have 3 episodes to go, so I'm just excited to jump right back into the show. I've been looking forward to it all week. If you guys are looking for my full reactions to the show, link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you already subscribed to the channel, now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go.
It's been near 6 years since I last saw my lord husband, Maester. Will he live?
Another time jump.
The sailors into an ambush. In the fighting, his neck was slashed by a courser's dagger. He fell overboard into the sea.
And who will take the driftwood throne?
My grandmother seems quite comfortable here.
She resides only in the absence of her
The
husband.
queen who never was.
I am the sea snake's own blood. The closest kin he has left.
We have a
Of
good
course he wants it.
The match has been decided.
By a man whose ambition has brought down on us calamity after calamity.
I know she doesn't want the Iron Throne anymore. I could definitely see, though, holding it down for her husband.
But what of the Valarian line? Is it to be snuffed out? Driftmark is mine by all rights. And while I should like your support, I do not need it.
My cousin the king would have your tongue for this.
But it's not a king who sits the Iron Throne these days, good sister. It's a queen.
That may be true, but still, shouldn't even be saying that. I feel like that is blasphemous. I'm so glad we're already getting a second season too. If we ended this season not knowing, I'd be so upset. My time in this world is not over. It's not complete. What do we got here? I'm guessing Aemon? How many eyes does he have? 1 or 2? Yo, we've never seen this before. Fresco. 3 eggs. What's this note say? I saw King's Landing, that's it. Ever since we got him the last couple time jumps, I feel like Daemon's kind of matured a bit. I don't know if you guys feel the same. Clearly we saw a little bit of his old self, like his snickering around his wife's funeral, but I don't know. Just seems a little bit more wise.
He means to call into question Luke's legitimacy. And by extension, Jace, and by extension, my own claim to the throne. She believes we had her son killed so that we might marry.
Yes. And yet she's taken Baela to ward.
Yes, it's Laena's memory she honours. She has no love for us.
I was definitely doubting Rhaenyra being a part of it last week, so I do apologize for that. Everybody's like, why did you not think that she would be in on it? Part of the reason, though, I think, is with the change of actor, she almost felt like a different character. That's my defense. I'm sticking to it. Okay, she's got another one. Another bun in the oven. I was wondering, too, why they didn't have a kid yet. 6 years? Love the banner. Freaking great. Got mine hanging. See if cooler heads have prevailed.
Welcome back, princess.
Lord Caswell?
See Viserys, the state that he's in. Oh man, I kind of don't want to see it, but I'm very curious.
Okay, it's nice to be home, but I scarcely recognise it.
Oh yeah, look at her. Running the show.
Your guests have arrived, Your Grace.
Your Grace, a matter has arisen that requires your attention.
Whatever it is, sir.
Already?
It's about the prince. There's been a delicate situation in his apartments.
All the incense. Guessing medicines. Damon's not even going in. I didn't see him yet. That's Viserys. Look at the state he's in, man. It's actually really rough to see.
It's me, my king.
It's been so long.
There is a petition to decide upon the succession of Driftmark and the heir to the Driftwood throne.
Petitions.
Does he still make final decision?
Listen to Lotta. See to all that business now.
No, brother, listen to me. You are to affirm your position for Viserys. To be Corlys Velarion's successor.
Something happened to Lord Corlys.
Father, there's someone we wish to introduce you to.
This is rough, man. I know not everybody thinks he's a good king. But he doesn't deserve this. I don't care what anybody's thought is on him. It's kind of funny before, like him flopping around the arm, but seeing him in this state,
Father,
I don't like it.
this is Aegon,
Aegon.
and this is Viserys.
That is a name. Fit for a king.
He's trying, man.
Oh.
I feel like I'm suffering just from watching him.
I was fetching the printed wine and I put it on his table. When I turned, I didn't see him.
He raped her.
But what I worry about is what others might believe. They might think you're trying to besmirch the prince, or worse. You know what happens to girls like that.
Yo, she's playing the game. She's a vet in the game now.
You're reading another word to anyone. You're right.
I know you won't.
Alicent, she's reached boss status, man. I know my viewers and commenters, they don't like her, but I'm impressed over here.
Get up!
There you go, Booty. How many times are we gonna see it?
The girl.
He doesn't even care.
I'm fleeing from your company.
Oh, it's just honest fun.
How can you keep carrying on like this, especially on a day like today?
Why? What is it today?
You understand.
Damn.
I did not ask for this. I try so.
He's definitely the family fuck
It'll
up.
never be enough for you or father.
Have you seen Diana? She's supposed to dress the children.
She's dressing herself right now.
Oh no, come on.
As time changes, so much remains the same. Everybody's staring at them.
What's your problem?
Bastards.
No one would question me being heir to Driftmark. I look more like Sir Laenor Velaryon and Sir Harwin's father.
Okay, is that even? Hey, Kristen. Yo! If that were to actually hit him, I'm impressed.
We're winning Tawny's in no time. I don't give a shit about Tawny's. Nephews, if you come to train.
DI. Okay, now here's an entrance.
The realm has enjoyed a long peace. A credit to the work of both Jaehaerys and Viserys, but the threat of war looms. Will you want a child at the command of the greatest fleet in Westeros?
The next Lord of the Tides will be deeply in your debt, Your Grace. As would Driftmark.
She would have more backing. Team Green. The Greens.
You told me it was our duty to hold the realm united against a common foe. By naming me heir, you divided the realm.
So much has changed.
The burden is a heavy one.
The time jumps definitely helped with that too.
Why?
What's he talking about?
If you wish me to bear it, then defend me. And my children.
I think he has the strength. If he does step up one last time, that'd be huge though. She could sure use the help.
I want to have supper, Otto. It is the morning, Your Grace.
Tonight, I want us to die together.
One last time. And even sitting up, he's in agony. I feel so bad for this guy. Somebody roll him a joint or something.
Though it is the great hope of this court that Lord Corlys Velaryon survive his wounds, we gather here with the grim task of dealing with the succession of Driftmark.
For as long as House Targaryen has ruled the skies, House Velaryon has ruled the seas. The true, unimpeachable blood of House Velaryon runs through my veins.
As it does in my sons, the offspring of Laenor Velaryon.
He does have a fair
You care
claim.
so much about your house.
That's not true, though.
You would not be so bold as to supplant its rightful heir. No, you only speak for yourself and for your own ambition.
You don't have chance to make your own petition, Princess Rhaenyra.
I humbly put myself before you as my brother's successor. The Lord of Driftmark, and Lord of the Tides.
Well spoken.
Princess Rhaenyra,
Made some good points there.
you may now speak for your son, Viserys Velaryon.
It's just gonna fall on deaf ears.
If I am to grace this fast with some answer, I will start by reminding the court that nearly 20 years ago in this very...
Yo!
King Viserys of House Targaryen, the first of his name, King of the Andals, and the Rhoynar, and the First Men.
He's stepping up. See Otto get up quick? Still his chair. Still his throne. At least for now, he's not gone yet. I was just saying too, if he does this, if he steps up one last time before he goes, the look of worry, the mask and everything. Badass. I know he has a lot of haters out there too. Alicent has her haters. King Viserys has his haters, but man, this is a cool ass moment right here. He's doing it for her. I was gonna bring a tear to my eye here, kind of is.
Sit the throne today, Your Grace.
Damn. The music too, always. Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. His crown has fallen off. Could somebody not have carried him? Okay, it was him. That actually warms my heart too. I know he's doing it for his own reasons, right? But just having his brother by his side, that probably, he needed that. Man, this is incredible.
I do not understand why petitions are being heard over a settled succession.
Sarah's just like, man, this decision has already been made. Why did I get out of bed for this? Why are you guys petitioning right now?
It was ever my husband's will that Driftmark pass through Sir Laenor to his true-born son. As a matter of fact, the Princess Rhaenyra has just informed me of her desire to marry her sons Jace and Luke to Lord Corlys' granddaughters.
Everything's going to shit for Otto. It's like, no, no.
I hereby reaffirm Prince Viserys of House Velaryon is heir to Driftmark.
Team Green just took the L on this one.
And centuries of tradition to install your daughter as heir.
Kill him. Speak to the king right now.
Not allow it.
Allow it. Do not forget yourself, David.
That is no true Velaryon. And certainly,
Yo, that point and turn.
nephew of mine.
Good you've changed.
That was Bruce Buffer-esque.
You may run your house as you see fit. But you will not decide the future of mine. I will not see it ended on the account of this. Say it.
Say it, bastard. If he says it, he's dead. He'll take his tongue.
Her children are bastards!
He didn't just say it, he shouted it.
Is a whore.
Okay, he's got a death wish.
Will have your tongue for that.
Oh!
Will have your tongue for that.
Oh!
Will have your tongue for that.
Oh! You still take the tongue.
He can keep his tongue.
Yeah, David was waiting. He's like, say it. I fucking dare you. As soon as he said it, I knew there was no way everybody in this room was gonna leave this room in one piece. So Corlys is just dead though. I don't know if I'm fully buying that. Wow. They keep on showing it too. Super awkward. That's what my family dinners are like. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. To all my Canadians out there.
May the mother smile down on this gathering with love, and to Vaemon Velaryon, may the gods give him rest.
David was like rolling his eyes like.
Do you know how the act is done? I assume. At least in principle.
Supposed to be a peaceful gathering, everybody. I'm really not liking current Aegon. Aside from the fact that he's also a rapist. I love the Phantom of the Opera look. Holy hell! Holy hell.
My own face is no longer a handsome one. I wish you to see me as I am.
Father like son.
The crown cannot stand strong if the house of the dragon remains divided. But set aside your grievances, if not for the sake of the crown, and for the sake of this old man who loves you all.
He actually does.
Sincerely.
He just wanted his family to be happy. Like the last 20 years. Loses an arm, just be happy, everybody. Loses an eye, just be happy, everybody.
I wish to raise my cup to Her Grace the Queen. I love my father, but I must admit that no one has stood more loyally by his side than his good wife, and for that she has my gratitude.
We have more in common than we sometimes allow.
This is too nice of a moment here. There's no way it's gonna last.
You will make a fine queen.
I like they're all just doing for this for the king, but with the music, it makes me feel like it's also real. We know where everybody stands though. Yeah, this isn't gonna last. Smiles being exchanged, pleasantries. It sounds like a dream for him, man. He's like, finally, this is all I've been asking for. Peace, happiness, everyone together. I'm glad he at least gets to have this moment. He's gonna take a shot about the pig.
To the health of my nephews, each of them handsome, wise, strong.
Amen.
Come.
He really has a presence to him.
Strong boy.
I dare you to say that again.
Why? It was only a compliment. Do you not think yourself strong?
Oh! Right back at it. Thank God Viserys is not here to see this.
I was merely expressing how proud I am of my family, Mother.
That grunt as he walks away. I really like both those characters, man.
Yeah.
Aemon and Daemon.
It's best, I think, if we go back to Dragonstone.
You've only just arrived.
They finally patched things up.
Let me see the children home. I'll return on Dragonback.
King and I would both like that.
That sounded sincere. Man, I can't imagine living like that. How long has he been like that too? Like, has it been this bad?
Our son.
His dream. The prince.
He's like delirious right now. Thinks he's seeing it properly.
Against the cold. In the dark. It is you. You are the one.
How's she gonna take this?
I understand, my king.
Does she though? What an ending. A lot went down this episode, guys. Alright. That was House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 8, The Lord of the Tides. This wasn't the most action-oriented episode, but I feel like it didn't really need to be. It was still that damn good. The writing was top tier this episode for sure, and just seeing the King Viserys in that state, man. Obviously, I'm a very emotional reactor, so I definitely got choked up a few times seeing King Viserys in that state. It kind of brought me back to seeing my grandfather in hospice. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. Anybody in hospice had to go through that, man. It is freaking brutal. It was rough for sure. So seeing that in the show, seeing the state that he's in, it kind of brought me back there. It kind of messed with my head a little bit. So that's kind of why I got a little bit emotional there. Apologies, guys. But yeah, he doesn't deserve that, man. I don't care what anybody thinks or says about the King Viserys. I've even seen some people crap on the actor. I think I was watching a clip of Joe Rogan, actually, the Joe Rogan Experience from his podcast, and he was actually crapping on him too. And I was like, man, he's a great actor. I think he's doing a great job. But this episode, mainly too, or especially this episode, he freaking shined, man. He put on one hell of a performance. Obviously, there was a lot of effects going on. Some of the CGI at certain times was a little bit shoddy, but overall, the performance he gave was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. This was probably a standout performance or a standout episode of the entire season. It was that damn good. That one scene especially, or right before I talk about it, but Rhaenyra actually went to the King, was pleading with him, like, please, Father, do something. Like, you need to stand up, be the King one last time before you go. Like, we need your help as your daughter. And it was not looking like he was going to be able to do anything. He was not going to be able to find the strength to step up to do anything. But when he made his arrival, his appearance to the throne, while everybody else was actually meeting in regards to Driftmark, I was like, man, that was a powerful scene. The score, and then when his crown fell too, it actually brought a tear to my eye also when we saw Daemon pick up his crown, place it back on his brother, and you see, like, at first he's like, no, I don't need no help, I'm gonna do this on my own. And then when he looked and saw who it actually was, Daemon having his back, obviously Daemon was doing it for his own reasons, him and Rhaenyra's, but just the sentiment alone of just having his brother's back, I feel like King Viserys really needed that in that moment, especially for how long it's been. He's been like apart from Daemon. They haven't really been on the best of terms. I feel like that was very important to him, especially as we saw too. He was nearing the end of his life. Like, he needed to like make up with a lot of people. Just everything he went through, man. I don't care about anybody's thoughts in regards to him being fit king or not. I think we all know by now he wasn't the most fit to be the king, but he does not deserve what he went through, man. He's been suffering, and who knows how long it's been, like, that current state that he's in, or he was in, until finally he looks like he breathed his last breath there. And I was also saying this episode, man, can somebody just like put him out of his misery? Like, this is brutal to see. Like, it's gotten that bad. He is suffering, and at the same time, they're also saying he's the one that's kind of kept things together. Just him still being alive, because once he goes, everything's going to go to shit. The next episode is the penultimate episode for the first season, the Green Council, and then the season finale, the Black Queen. Man, we only have two episodes to go. The next one, you know, there's going to be a lot of drama. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more deaths as well. Kind of like when we were in the Room of the Throne. Like, yeah, there's going to be a fight outbreaking by the end of this, because everybody's just going to be going at each other like, no, I deserve it. I have the rightful claim. And then we saw at the end of that one scene, I feel like it's going to get even worse from here on out. But that scene, I just want to go back to that before we proceed to the final or the Last Supper, because that was also a very powerful, freaking epic scene. But man, Daemon, he warned him, don't you say it. Don't you say it. And then he said it. Corlys' brother, I forget his name. Sorry, guys. We did see his death this episode too. And I also want to bring up Corlys. So they're just going to kill him off, not even on screen. So that's kind of the reason why I was kind of doubting throughout this episode. I was like, wait, Corlys is gone? I was even unsure about it when it was first mentioned at the very start of the episode. I'm like, it was by the hands of Corlys' dagger. I'm like, wait, what? Corlys is gone? He's kind of like a main, or one of the main supporting casts. He may not be the main character or one of the main characters, but he's definitely one of the main supporting casts. So to lose him, not even on screen, I wouldn't put it past them, but at the same time, that's a little bit disappointing. So that's kind of giving me a reason to believe that he is still out there. We shall see, but he has now lost his brother. That scene in front of the throne with Daemon like dared him, say it, or don't you say it. And then yeah, he finally said it. Bastards, just the way like he was doing the points too. He was doing like the buffer spins and points from anybody that watches UFC out there. But yeah, that was a freaking epic scene. He was shouting it too. I'm like, is he gonna say it? Is he gonna say it? He's like, bastards, she's a whore. The princess or the heir to the throne is a whore. Like, he went off. You knew he had to know that he was going to be killed off there too, because King Viserys, even having no strength, he sat up. He's like, I will take your tongue for that. That was freaking great scene. I loved it, man. That was such a powerful scene too. But right after that, he didn't even have to get fully up out of the seat. Daemon had his back, his brother's back, slice, whoop, man, cut in half. That was freaking brutal to see. We saw that full thing too, and then they kept on showing it afterwards too, where they like pieced them back together. Like, his body will be ready in 24 hours to send back. But man, that was freaking insane, crazy moment. And like I was saying before too, there wasn't a lot of action this episode. It didn't really need it, but the small doses or small ounces of action that we did get, they went above and beyond for. And then a little bit later, where we saw the last final supper for Viserys, and it ended up actually being that. Well, I guess he kind of knew beforehand he was reaching the end, like the state that he was in. I guess when you reach, or when you're so close to the end, I think you kind of know also, like, you're pretty much there. But yeah, I'm glad he actually got to do that, got to see everybody happy. And at first, I thought he was breaking down. It might have been a combination of him breaking down and him actually suffering from pain, but when he was looking around too, just seeing everybody happy, like people, his like grandchildren dancing too, and children and grandchildren dancing. That was a great moment. I actually really enjoyed seeing that. Also, and just seeing Viserys getting to see that kind of also brought a tear to my eye. I don't know why I was super emotional for this episode. Let me know if anybody else was emotional in certain parts of this episode. I know I'm an emotional reactor, but still, I don't know. They almost got me a couple times, but maybe it's because I've always been fond of Viserys, and then ever since he's been sick, yes, I've joked around at certain points, like, man, look at him wave around the arm, like last episode, like just flailing his what's left of his arm, his stump like that. But seeing the state that he was in, like, I don't know, it was almost like I felt so sorry for him at this point. But getting that moment there with his family, I'm so glad he did get that, because we saw at the end of the episode too where he breathed his final breath. I got to go back to see. Maybe you guys will let me know. I'll definitely see it by the time you guys let me know this, by the time you watch this. But it was so quiet. What he actually whispered as his final word, I got to go back and listen to that, because I definitely didn't pick up on that for sure. But let me go back to the episode here while I keep on talking. Maybe I can play a little bit louder here. But my speakers are usually pretty much cranked anyway by the time, or when I am watching these episodes. So I'm surprised that I didn't hear it. And I didn't have subtitles on either. But I want to see if I can just hear it very quickly here. But if I don't catch it right now, then you guys let me know, please, in the comments down below. Where is it here? I'm skipping ahead. I might not include this, but at first I thought he was going to be assassinated too, because I'm just seeing when they zoomed in on that. All right, right at the end here. Let's listen in, guys. Yeah, I can't make that out. I don't know what the hell he said at the end there. Let me know, guys, because it's clearly significant. I've never done that before, too. We're actually go back and play a bit. I've like kind of skimmed through to see if there's any after credit scenes or anything like that, but I've never tried to listen in like that. But yeah, let me know. I still couldn't make it out, man. My speakers were just cranked right there. Still super quiet. Obviously, he was like, it was his final breath and he was whispering it, but still, I know it's gonna be significant. So please let me know in the comments down below. But also let me know, guys, what were your thoughts overall of Viserys? Not so much as a king, but him as a character. Like, did you guys feel sorry for him in the end, or did you just not even care? Because I know some people didn't care for him as a king, so maybe they were just like, all right, can you just hurry up and die already? But for me personally, I didn't want to see him in that state. I felt bad for him. I did truly like his character, even if he wasn't the best king. So just seeing the fact that he always wanted his family to be happy, and he tried his best for it. He tried to look past a lot of things. Yes, he made his mistakes as a king. That's a whole nother note. We can talk about that for days. You can also let me know that in the comments. But I don't know, just him overall as a person, I do feel like he was a good person. That's probably why I do like him as a character also. But the two characters that are really standing out to me, or definitely stood out to me, especially when they kind of faced off a little bit there this episode, were Daemon and Aemon. And Aemon, he's definitely growing, man. He looks like a freaking badass killer now. So he almost looks like he would be a perfect role, or the actor playing it would be perfect fit for like Daemon's son. Like, he really has the Daemon look going. They both have really an on-screen presence. I said the same thing about the younger actress that played Rhaenyra as well. She really had on-screen presence, just her face and like just the structure overall. Every single time the camera was on her, I'm just like glued in. It's the same thing with those two actors, those two characters as well. So you know it's not just a this thing, because I kind of got a little bit of shit last episode. I actually got one comment because like, oh, I turned it off. I turned off your reaction the second that I heard you say you're not siding with Rhaenyra because they changed the actor. It's like, fuck out of here. But no, just aside from that, that's kind of proved my point. Like these two actors here, two characters, Daemon and Aemon, man, they have a certain presence to them. Obviously, the eye patch certainly helps as well, but them facing off this episode, I'm here for it. I don't know if that was a little bit of foreshadowing, that that's going to be a future fight scene, a future battle in the future, but because they are on opposing sides. But like I was saying also, like with all these different sides not knowing where, or two different sides not knowing exactly where I stand with Team Green, the Greens, or the Blacks, man, I like characters from both sides. I really like Aemon. I really like Daemon. I do still like the Rhaenyra character. I just feel like with the change of actress, it didn't transition as well as the change for Alicent. She almost felt like a different character to me. But I don't know. I'm kind of buying it. I'm still not completely sold on her as an actress, so I'm being completely honest. But everyone else, I'm completely sold and bought in on. So yeah, I definitely like people from both sides. I don't know where I sit right now. 2 episodes left. I'm not officially planting my flag into either side just yet, but definitely let me know in the comments down below for that, which side you guys are choosing, because I feel like a lot of you guys have already chosen Team Black, the Blacks, and Rhaenyra. A lot of the commenters, at least last time around, there wasn't really too many Team Green. I feel like a lot of people, or at least my viewers, people watching here, they aren't very fond of Alicent, which really sucks, because I actually do like Alicent, especially now that she's come into like a power role. She's really evolved as a character. Like she's become strong. She's a little bit of a weakling, like kind of a little bit naive when she was younger, but ever since Otto got in her ear, man, she's really stepped up. And the fact that also too, I really got to point out the fact that Viserys is dying, clearly it's a loveless marriage. She doesn't really care about him. I'm sure she doesn't want to see him suffer either, because she knows he's not the worst person in the world, even though she doesn't always agree with him. Just the fact, I know she kind of has to as well, but just the fact that she truly has stayed by his side, even if she doesn't care to, doesn't really, she kind of like turns herself off in regards to emotional feelings for it. Like she was just there with him at the very end. She's like, there, you're okay. What do you have to say, King? My king, are you okay? What's that, King? And then she just kind of walks off. She's still at least doing the bare minimum, I guess you could say. And that's all that I ask, because Viserys, he does not deserve that. But yeah, man, these characters, they're complex. The writing is so good. I wasn't sure if it was going to be as good. That was one of my concerns going into this show. Before I had seen even the series premiere, I was like, is it going to be even as good? Because I know there was some iffy writing near the end of Game of Thrones. I didn't hate it nearly as much as everybody else, but I definitely felt or got the sense that it was a little bit rushed, and it really could have used a few more episodes for that last season especially. I feel like just the overall story would have just landed a little bit better for a lot more people. I still understood it. I didn't absolutely love where they went with it, but I definitely didn't hate it as much as everybody else. So that's one of the reasons why I was a little bit concerned, though, just based off of how Game of Thrones ended, that they were going to be able to get back to basically the writing in its prime. So honestly, I feel like this season, this show, it's just gotten better and better in regards to the writing, the performances, the acting. I'm loving it, guys. But yeah, as always, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys can like, subscribe, it really helps my channel grow. Till next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't fun enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, damn. You play me like a yo-yo and shit.